Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Spill the Tea. Lou, it's Friday. We're live, which means Kai from Behind the Dugouts is in the house. Thankfully, Kai is a little bit more organised than me because I did not text Kai very rudely until after the lunchtime stream to be like, are you still coming on my channel tonight? Because I forgot today was Friday. And Kai very kindly decided that he would come on despite the fact that I'm a menace to society and the most disorganized person that I know. So thank you to Kai for being here.
So, well, you know what? I've basically just like pre-booked the 7:30 just in case, you know, you never know what could happen. I could get a last minute text at 7:29. At least I'll be available.
I mean, I can't even say definitely not, because genuinely the amount of times where I've just sort of like, I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know what day of the week it is. First of all, I'm going to say hello now that we've said hello to Kai. Not that Kai counts, but we're going to say hello to all the lovely teacuppers who have been chatting. You've had a great old chin wag. They're going to be all tuckered out, Kai. They've been chatting like I don't know what. There's a few bits we're going to follow up. There has been an official Real Madrid statement since our talk on the drama earlier. We will mention another matter that is all over the internet right now, and then we will very quickly move on from that. I'm going to mention a little bit of something around Bournemouth, and then we're going to do our predictions. So, guys, the people, Streets. I haven't seen Streets yet, but the people that love the predictions. I know, that's what I was going to say. He's going to be late now, because this evening's show is all about the predictions primarily. We're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes at the start rounding up some shit, and then we are going to talk all about the games, because that takes us long enough. But guys, let me say hello. Twinkle Toes Cholula, you did see this, didn't you? You've seen this picture. He's changed it. Is it not Tuesday yet? Dave has it. Oh no, is it next Tuesday? Maybe I've got it wrong. But Dave is here. Twinkle Toes is here. And yes, Guess. Thank God for Guess. Thank God for Guess.
Guess is the hero we all deserve.
She's excellent. She's just got it every time. Pin the message. Kai's link is now pinned in the chat, guys. After this stream, get your butt over there and subscribe to our Kai. So yes, Guess is obviously here. JT is here. Mama Flossie's here. Shem is here. Twinkle Toes is here. Afterbeat Gaming is here. Palace Red Devil is here. Who else have we got? Shem. Did I say Shem? Palace Red Devil. Rob Always United. Rob Always United has been here for ages. He's been chatting away with Afterbeat Gaming. We did have guests in earlier talking about waffles. We've had all sorts of fun and games going on inside this chat. One. Yeah, there was waffle talk in the chat. Waffles and waffling. It was all happening. But the most important message of the evening so far: we are live and direct from Teacup Castle. Welcome to the Delulu and Cuckoo Kai show. I love it. I might keep that on for a little while. I enjoy that one. That was good. What else is that? Have I got everything? After I did see this. This is not about football. Tom McBride is also here. Hello to lovely Tom. And just a shout out to Cool Ian, who might watch it on the catch up. Shout out to Cool Ian, who did become a teacup, an official One of Us teacup. It wasn't on a live stream, so we didn't get to shout him out. A lot of the time, Coolin watches on the catch-up, so we don't see him in the live streams, but he has become an official teacup, so shout out to Coolin when he watches this on the catch-up. And Bruce is also in the house. I knew I saw Bruce earlier, and then I thought maybe I got it wrong. But no, Bruce was in fact here earlier. I am correct. Yes, Bruno is here as well. Delulu, we say. Twinkle Toes is, of course, subscribed to our Kai. How could he not be? Afterbeat Gaming and Palace Red Devil have also subscribed to Kai, so Kai's subscriber count is going up. Afterbeat Gaming,
honored, guys,
I saw. There you go. Don't say I never do anything for you. Just I'm rounding them all up. Yes, I did see the International Viking Day. It's International Viking Day. Shout out to all the Vikings in the chat, obviously our guests, and of course Harold, who joins us normally at lunchtime, to be fair. It might be a little late for Harold, but shout out, even if he doesn't know about it. Afterbeat Gaming, correct and right. Everybody like the stream, and it's in capitals. Did I miss Paige? Oh, where is... Paige is the United fan, Kai, and the other day I accidentally called her an Arsenal fan. It was very insulting by me. Her profile picture is her in a United jersey. It wasn't that I didn't know that she's a United fan. My brain said United, my mouth said Arsenal. Disgraceful. Just pour by
She's
me.
writing a very strongly worded email to you as we speak.
She that's where she is probably. But we've had a good day. We've had a nice Viking day, lots of fun all around. Oh guys, update, Kai, you missed this at lunchtime. My bread and butter pudding, people. I didn't get the ratio right. I made a homemade bread and butter pudding for the first time, Kai. I have mastered the art of banana bread. My banana breads, absolutely incredible. They're very good.
Bread.
My bread and butter pudding, it was the first one, and I had too much liquid, not enough bread. So it took too long for the middle to cook, and then the top was a little bit burnt. So the next time I need to just work on the ratio. The flavor was good. The flavor was brilliant, if I say so myself.
So,
I just
hold
need to
up.
work.
I've got to throw this in. So we've got to have a Lou cooking stream, right?
Oh no, Guess is a baker.
Yeah.
Guess is officially training to be
There
a baker.
we go. You can even have a guest.
Yeah.
A guest called Guest.
Guest. Yeah. Guess the guest. But yeah, no, she's when I do something baking wise that I'm proud of, I send pictures to Guess. Today she didn't get a picture because it didn't turn out good. So I just didn't tell her. I only send her pictures and look at this. Look at this, man.
Yeah.
Well, streets, we appreciate you have a real life, but just so you know, we're doing early predictions this evening. So listen in while you're busy with your real life, because we take precedence here at Teacup Castle. But yes, nice to see you. And JT says that's a good shout. JT says yes. Cooking stream at 1K subs. You don't want to see my. Do you know what it is? We bought our house. We bought our house, and then I opened a business, and then I started this channel, and then we got engaged. So there's a lot happening at the moment, and what needs to happen is the tiles in my kitchen need to change, and it's not even top 10 on the list. Shout out to Jessie, who is back with us this evening. Nice to see you. No, the banana bread. The banana is very good, Palace. We like the banana bread. It's brilliant. Yeah. I just thought I did 2 or 3 of them in a row, and then I needed to change it. I'm making people hungry. But yeah, banana bread's going to need another go over. Look at this. She's sending me Swedish cakes. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Tea has arrived.
Everybody, please say thank you to tech support. Boffman is in the house, and I chanced my arm while he's sitting down eating his dinner. And I was like, please, can I have a cup of tea, please? Kai is with me today, so while Kai talks, I can drink the tea. Can I please have one? And he has. Boffman has come through. Not only is he the IT support fixing my camera before the stream because I buggered it again, but now he's the tea support. It's just tea, tech, tea. If it starts with the word, the letter T, he's got it covered. So shout out to Boffman in the chat, please, people. But yeah, so Guess is saying a Swedish kladdkaka.
I'm glad you attempted that.
Well, it looks like cladda, but with a K. You know, in the Irish language, we don't have a K, we only have C. So I'm assuming it's kladdkaka. 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 Like a bird. I'd say it's probably kladdkaka, but because I was thinking of caca.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
So it's a sticky cake, okay? maybe we'll put it on the list maybe for 1,000 followers. And yes, big up, go on. There you go. Rob with the moral support.
He's going to miss it.
No, he's predicting heartbreak. If that's what he's predicting, he can stay away. And yes, JT, that's a keeper. Lomans ain't holding up to that. Agreed. Guess would also like some tea support. We're going to send some tea in an envelope to Sweden. It's going to be fine. Guest, to be fair, sent me Swedish tea. It was very tasty. So we do that. Okay, right. We're going to talk about football now. We've made it 10 minutes into the show, talking complete. Oh, look what she sent us. We've got a link right now. I need to click the link so I have it for later. Do we get a picture of this? I promise at some point we're going to talk about football. This is why I didn't do topics, because what's the point? This is way more fun. Oh, she sent me the pronunciation. It says pronunciation by Cordelia. I thought it said pronunciation Cordelia. And I was like, where in the name of anything have they got Clad Caca to Cordelia? It's not. Right, let me play this. Clad Caca. I was right the first time. Clad Caca. That's what she says. We're geniuses. Geniuses. It does. It does sound like that. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Thank you, Guess. I thought it was going to have a picture of the cake. Cordelia ate it. But, guys, right, football. We're going any minute. We're doing it. There's been an official statement, guys. Not from me or Kai. There's been an official statement from Real Madrid. I am reading it via Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio Romano. Ben Jacobs come out first, but then Fabrizio got the deets. So, Ben Jacobs come out and said, Real Madrid confirm Federico Valverde and Aurelien Tchouameni have both been fined 500,000 smackaroos. That's in yo-yos, not in pens. Yo-yos. So, 500,000 euros each. Well, I tell you what, there's a cool mill towards their transfer budget.
Yeah.
The players.
That's a hefty fine.
Maybe this was all a setup to boost their transfer budget. Next week, 2 other players are going to fight and there'll be another fine. They're trying to balance the books. Don't tell Chelsea all your players will be having a scrum and then they'll all be fined 10 million each. There's 20 players for you guys. Jesus, I hope nobody from your club's watching this, because that's a tactic they haven't tried yet. It's original. But the players appeared before an investigator assigned to the case and expressed their complete remorse for what happened and apologized to each other. Open quote, close quote. Do you like it? Real Madrid now consider the matter closed, which I believe is their way of saying they're not for sale. It's done. Now, Fabrizio come out since with just a little bit more tea in the cup, basically, and has said the official Real Madrid statement, and again, we're quoting here. Real Madrid CF announces club football, announces that following the events that led to the opening of disciplinary proceedings yesterday against our players, Federico Valverde and Aurelien Tchouameni, both appeared today before the investigating officer. He's not just any old investigator. He is the investigating officer, Kai. It's serious.
Respect to Gadget, yeah.
Do you want to know something? I was often the investigating officer in workplace mishaps in my previous job. I was the investigator. Some of the reports I've done up, let me tell you. I had one report, the longest report I ever wrote. This person deserved every word of 68 pages. That's how much evidence I had. I was big mad. This person made me big mad. 68 pages later.
You had the hat,
boom,
magnifying glass and everything.
Oh, it was great. Sometimes it was really enjoyable. It was. But anyway, this investigating officer is not me. They clearly didn't write 68 pages because this has been resolved top speed. But during their appearance, the players expressed their sincere regret for what happened and apologized to each other. They also conveyed their apologies to the club, their teammates, the coaching staff, and the fans. It sounds like an Oscar acceptance speech. They both offered their full cooperation to Real Madrid, ready to accept whatever sanction the club deems appropriate. In light of these circumstances, Real Madrid has decided to impose a fine of 500,000 euros on each player, thus concluding the corresponding internal procedures. Again, we've sorted it, it's done, they're not for sale, and we got a cool mill out of it. So that is that essentially. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that in because obviously we spoke about it when they had their first little spat the other day. Yeah. Then when it got a little more physical, the fact that Valverde absolutely does not have brain trauma, he has concussion, and now it's all been resolved and they've been fined and they're not for sale. So that's all a storm in a teacup, something and nothing, Kai. Did you enjoy this this production that was brought to you by Netflix?
Yeah. You know, next summer we'll be seeing a 8-piece mini-series of Real Madrid dressing room and just them clapping each other left, right and centre.
Well, there we go. After V Gaming, Madrid needs a Netflix series.
There you go. Yeah, I don't even know what to say to it. They've got the fine. It's done. Like, you could lean into it to go, or maybe there's some unrest there. We can try and tempt one of them away. More likely, Tchouaméni than Valverde, but I take Valverde over a lot of players around the world right now. But yes, it's just a little spat between players. Look, I find the concussion bit a little bit extreme though. Unless he's absolutely walloped him.
He supposedly banged his head on a table. He banged his head. Supposedly, he said Valverde came out with a statement saying it was accidental, that he banged himself into the table and it was nothing to do with Tchouaméni. But he banged into a table and it led to a cut, and that's why it's concussion, because he had to be taken to hospital. He certainly doesn't have brain trauma though. Now, over
dramatized, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's not brain trauma. Well, what I said about it earlier was I think it was lost in translation rather than purposely dramatized. I think it was just, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. However, the people want to know, what about Rudiger, who slapped the member of staff? Not a dicky bird, people. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares except for us. Not a peep. Have you seen the video? No, I don't know if
but I would not put it past him, because Rudiger's absolutely nuts.
Slaps staff member. He just goes up and slaps him. I was able to find this the other day really easily. Aha, Reddit has done it again. I'm going to play it for Kai, guys, because he hasn't seen it. But no, there's been absolutely no update whatsoever. That was what I just read out. Right, so watch this, right? It's 30 seconds, but this is insane. Twice. And look, it looks like Mbappe gives out to the staff member here. And then look how he's backing up and backing up. Like, that's not a bit of fun. He's backing up.
No.
That's not a laugh and a joke. Because at first I thought it was a laugh and a joke. But then he hits him again.
Yeah, it looked like initially, yeah.
Yeah, but then when he hits him the second time, and then when he's going towards him and he's backing up. But guys, for the people who are asking, no update on this whatsoever at all.
That looked like, I don't think it is. It looked like Mbappe's younger brother. Is it Ethan? But I thought he was at PSG or something.
No, I think he's older. Here. It could be just the quality. Let me do this. It's not what I'm looking for. Give me. There, you'll be able to see it there. I put it in the comments the other day for everyone who wanted to see it. I'll put it in here in case anyone wants to take a look at it themselves. That is the Reddit link. But he hits him at least twice, and it looks like there could be a third, but there's at least twice. He's backing him up. Nothing. I haven't heard a dicky bird about this. Absolutely not. One other person seems to be talking about it. Obviously, what happened since seemed to take over in terms of drama, but I haven't seen any update about it whatsoever, guys, which is why I haven't mentioned it, because I haven't heard anything since. JT has some breaking news. Looks like Madrid aren't going trophyless this season. They're trying to salvage the season by going for the UFC title. Well, I'll tell you what, Rudiger probably could do a bit of. He'd probably be a good knockout artist. I'd say. I reckon Valverde's a bit of a grappler. He looks it. Just, he looks a bit wiry. But anyway, guys.
Tables, though. Ain't gonna help.
Yes. Now, guys, there is one other topic I am going to bring up, but I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to read it out, and then we're going to move on. And just so everybody knows, I'm not going to be reading any comments on this whatsoever. Certainly not on this stream. We'll watch it and see if any more information comes out. I'm reading it because obviously it's going on in the world of football. Everybody is talking about it. It's out there on the internet. So I'm going to mention it so we're not ignoring it. And then I'm going to move on. So Bournemouth have put out a club statement about Alex Jimenez. And I will just say, before this club statement came out, I hadn't seen anything else. I hadn't seen any of this until they put the club statement out, and then it was everywhere. So Bournemouth have put out this exact statement. AFC Bournemouth are aware of posts circulating on social media involving right-back Alex Jimenez. The club understand the seriousness of the matter, and it is currently being investigated. As a result, Alex will not be included in the squad for tomorrow's Premier League game against Fulham, and the club will be making no further comment at this time. For anybody who's not aware, there were supposed messages between Jimenez and a girl who is under the age of 18. Nobody knows if they're real, if they're AI, if she's really a girl under the age of 18, if it's true, if it's not. Nobody knows anything at all at this point, which is why I'm not going to be going into the specifics of it. However, Jimenez will not be available for the games this weekend. He's not going to be in the squad. That's about the extent of it that we're going to discuss right here, right now. And that's the thing. Nobody knows. It might be completely true. It might be completely fabricated. None of us are in a position to know. So there's just no point in getting into it. However, that is not the only thing that is happening at Bournemouth at the moment. The next part is much less controversial, much less serious, and very much football related. So that's where we're going off to. Now, we already know that Andoni Iraola is going to be leaving Bournemouth at the end of the season. He's been linked now to Crystal Palace. Supposedly they want him, he doesn't want them, which I can understand because I think he should aim a little bit higher. But yeah, that's the rumour at the moment. However, what again I just haven't seen anybody really talking about, and maybe it's because we underestimate the importance of these people. David Ornstein put out a tweet the other day. It's from a story he's done in The Athletic. But he's put this out on the 1st of May. And I've not seen anyone talking about it. So maybe I've missed it and people have been talking about it. But Bournemouth technical director Simon Francis is to leave the club at the end of the season. He's a highly regarded former captain departing after a 15-year association with Bournemouth to explore new opportunities. There's interest from Al Hilal and other clubs, but nothing is signed yet. But they're going to lose this guy here, this Simon Francis, who is their technical director. So he's in charge of things. He was their captain. He's been there for 15 years. They're going to lose him at the same time as their manager. Bournemouth have had an incredibly good season. And if Aston Villa end up winning the Europa League and staying 5th, which looks a lot more likely than it did after last week,
Yeah.
Bournemouth could be looking at 6th, putting them into the Champions League. If they get into the Champions League and then lose this guy who's clearly very important, he's been with them a very long time, understands the fabric of the club, as we like to say on the YouTube, and their manager at the same time, that could set them up for a free fall next season. That could be disastrous. What do you think?
Bournemouth are going down next year.
All right, Kai, do you want to expand on that sentence, please?
Bournemouth have done amazing they're a team that gets gutted all the time in terms of players and everything. It's just been gutted. So not only have they been gutted of all their best players in the last few years, they're now going to be gutted. A manager that's taken over to the next step. They're going to lose, a technical director who's been there for a long time, who's had quite an important part to play, and potentially be going into next season with more games in Europe, whether it be Champions League, Europa League, maybe even Conference League, depending how the season ends. But I do think they're probably going to get some type of European football. I think it's just going to be too much for them. And I think it will be a big, big free-for-all. Too much change.
I thought they could have coped with Iraola leaving because it happens because they're the type of club that changes. They're pretty fluid and their structure is good enough to take that. I think this guy leaving is a bigger deal because 15 years is a long time. A captain and their sporting director, their technical director. That's a really key person. So So when you're
Yeah.
talking about the club can cope with a manager going because they've got the structure, this guy is part of the structure. He's woven into the fabric of the structure.
Mm.
I don't know if I'd go quite as far as you and say they're going to go down, but
Yeah,
I
but
think
with
they're
even with
definitely going to
even
have a
with
worse season.
Copening, even with Copening with the manager change, right? So when it
Mhm.
was Eddie, did Riola take over from Eddie Howe, or was there one in between it? I think there
No
might have been
idea.
one in between. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not like he came in and they were in this position every season. It's been a gradual climb up, hasn't it? And they've gotten better and better each year and each year.
Mhm.
They're gonna go into a little bit of a reset because I don't think they've obviously got this new guy coming in. Is it Rose?
Marco Rosa.
Something like that. That's it. So he's already been signed, sealed, and delivered, and is going to start in season. But it's going to take his implementation. I don't know his tactical style, but I don't think it's the same as Iriola from my understanding. So there's
I
going to
haven't
be a
looked
little
into
bit
him
of
yet.
a little bit of overhaul, at least what from I think in terms of the way that they play and the way that they structure themselves. They could potentially lose a few more players again next season, and a lot of their best players have been gutted. I
Uh-huh.
think is it Alex Scott that plays for them?
Yes,
Alex Scott?
but I'm
Yeah,
just
so
looking at their managers, but it is Alex Scott. But so it was before Areola,
yeah.
Gary O'Neill was there. He
Mhm.
was August 22 to June 23, so he was a season. Scott Parker did
Oh god, Paul
June
Parker.
21 to August 22.
Yeah.
Jason Tyndall did August 2020 to June 21. So it's been a year,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he's been
so
3 years. And before that, it was Eddie Howe. And obviously, Eddie Howe did 8 years. So it was 8
yeah,
years, 1, and now 3. So he's been the longest by quite
exactly. So
some
he's
distance.
yeah, and he's built this team up. No matter, they lose their best players, they bring in new players. They all seem to play exactly the same way. It's not going to be the same next season because it's not the same manager. So there's going to be a little bit of a reset there. And having that extra game potentially every week
Mhm.
is it will cause them problems. Having a reset from the manager to the style, having a looks like a reset from the technical director side of things, and then
Mhm.
having those extra games, I think it could prove to be a little bit too much for
Yeah.
Bournemouth. I think if they had kept Iriola and lost this guy,
Yeah.
I think they would probably be okay. I think they'd still
Steady. Yeah.
have a more difficult season than they have this year, but I think they would be able to cope. But the fact that they're changing so much,
Mhm.
because they're going to have to improve their squad. And are they going to
Yes.
have, because they've sold their big players already, where Alex Scott you could potentially see going,
Mm.
but they're going to have to
He
replace him. But
seems interesting.
yeah,
I agree with you to an extent. Okay, so I think it's good the fact that they've already got the manager, they know who the manager is before the previous manager leaves.
yeah,
I'm wrecking the gaff. I think that does point to just the organization, to the fact that the structure is continuing with or without the manager.
yeah,
I understand what you're saying in terms of play style. I've not looked into him, so I really don't know. I do think they'll fall off because I think they're losing a very good manager. I think they're losing this guy who's a part of their club, and probably more than just what he did. It's the fact that, do you know, like when Solskjaer, even now Carrick, but do you know,
yeah,
is the manager. Carrick would never have been appointed if he wasn't a former United player. Either with Solskjaer. But they
yeah,
have a different thing with the club when they've played there. And I do think it impacts around them.
yeah.
I think it will, and obviously imagine they're actually in the Champions League, but if not the Europa League, it's going to be a more difficult season. I think it will impact them. I definitely don't think I would go as strong as you. I understand, but I wouldn't think they're going to get
I wouldn't
relegated.
want them to be relegated either because I think Bournemouth have been exemplary since being promoted.
Yeah.
I think they've been a real, not just what they've achieved, but also like the football, and they're a team that actually go at it when they're going against the big teams. It's been really enjoyable to watch them, especially the last 3 years. I thought they've been brilliant, but yeah, again, you never know 100%, but I feel like it's a lot of change. So
yeah,
I think,
and I
it could
do.
be
I think
difficult.
they'll fall off a bit. How much is the best guess? And to be fair, Mohammed has a good point here. People thought Brentford would go down when Frank left. I said before, when Ash was coming on before, that's how long ago it was. Me and Ash were talking about this. We said after the third international break, Brentford were 10th. And we said, well, they'll definitely drop down the table.
Yeah.
No, they won't. So I do think it can happen if the infrastructure is solid enough. It can happen. I think they'll drop off a little bit, but you don't know. You don't know. Maybe it'll be cray and it'll actually get better. But let us see what some of the people have to say about this. And then we're going to pull the fixtures up, because that's all the tea I have for you at the moment. So I want to read the comments, and then we're going to talk about the fixtures, because there's some really, really good ones that are coming up. And so we wanted to have the time, guys, to be able to concentrate on them, because sometimes we talk about, so much tea that we end up rushing some of the predictions, and we don't want to do that this week. They're too good. Too much good stuff going on. Twinkle Toes is off to watch The Wall. Good luck, Twinkle Toes. Enjoy yourself. I hope he hit the like button before he left, our Dave. He was here good and early, though. Yeah, I'm sure he did, because he was here super duper early. JT says, we don't really know how much of an impact he had in his position. Most of the 15 years of him at the club didn't have that much of an impact, even though it might be the long-term building he did. If they secure European football, I think they will attract a quality replacement for both the coach and the technical director. That's a fair point. They'll probably attract a good quality replacement. I don't think they'll have the affinity as someone who was a captain for the team, but someone who knows the job. Yeah. Fair enough. JT also reckons financially they'll be able to cope maybe better than some other teams, which, look, we'll see when it happens. But I do think it's worth noting, and I think it's an opportunity for teams like mine and yours who want to get back into the mix on a regular basis. You want to just get back into the mix at all and not finish 17th.
We spent so much time out of the pot. Don't even know what the pot looked like anymore.
Exactly. But, they're the type, when we talk about, right, well, next season, I think Liverpool are still going to be in a hames. Arsenal, we don't know. I think it depends how this season ends. City, it depends if Pep leaves. You guys, I don't know what you guys are doing. But so I'm looking at like Bournemouths and Brentfords, and okay, can they do it a second season in a row? What are they going to do next season? I'm looking, can Newcastle make a revolution next season? What is their window going to look like? So when I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, Bournemouth might fall off a bit. That's good for my team. That's the way I'm thinking. None of us know, but that's what I'm guessing. Logic is in the house. Shout out to Logic. Sam is here, but Sam is also watching Millwall. Our Dave and Sam watching Millwall, but is listening to us and says hello to me, to you, and to all the legends in the chat. Palace Red Devil says, if they enter a transition phase with Marco Rosa, I agree they will fall off a little. Let me see. Jenny's with us. Hello to Jenny. Her favorite show. She says one of, but I'm skipping that bit. Her favorite show of the week.
yeah.
Take that, Don Hassam. Sorry. I couldn't resist. JT says, that's a good point, Lou. The European football is one thing that we can be sure that will make it more difficult for them, because we know that's happening and it makes it harder for everybody. So that's fair. Player of the year. Is that decided? Has that been given yet? I think it should be Bruno. I think Bruno should get it over Declan Rice. And I'm not saying Declan Rice is bad, but I think what Bruno has done in this Man United team has been absolutely revolutionary. Really and truly. And I think he's since Carrick has come in and he's moved back to 10, I think we're seeing the best of Bruno. The goal involvement is almost double the next person. I think he should get it. But I mean, I think if Arsenal win the league, then it probably would go to Rice, you would imagine, because that's how these things work.
It's one of those tough things, because I don't always think that the player of the year, the player that wins player of the year, is necessarily the best player in the league, which it should be. But if your team wins the league, and you've played a part, it
gives you a better chance.
You have to give them. You can't really not give it to one of those players. So it'd be interesting. I mean, Bruno's had a great season. Has he broken the assist record yet?
He is one more. Is it one more or two more? How many assists does Bruno currently have? Because there was one in the last game. We didn't know if he was actually getting credited with the assist. He has 19. He needs 21 to beat it. 20 matches it.
So
2 to beat it.
Yeah.
And well, we're about to see who we play. Let's have a look. I don't know. I literally don't know who our games are. I haven't a clue. Not a clue, like, at all. I am not in the loop. I didn't know we were playing tomorrow. I got so used to us playing Monday Night Football, it escaped my notice we were playing on Saturday this week. So we have Sunderland, Forest, and Brighton. He's definitely getting the 2 assists. He's 100% getting the 2
Yeah.
assists.
I see him getting it against Forest, you know, because Forest have taken a battering the other night. I think that's going to dent him a little bit.
But even Sunderland, even Brighton.
You reckon?
I
know Brighton are weird, man. They seem to have these real dip, and then they just turn it on.
They don't know what they're doing.
No, yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's one of those things. I think Bruno should get it. And I'm not even a particular Bruno fan, although he's winning me back over a little bit. I used to love Bruno, and then he started really absolutely annoying me.
Yeah.
He's winning me back over a little bit. He is. Slowly but surely, he's winning me back over a little bit. But it's one of those things. Do you see, if he doesn't get it, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, the world ended.
Yeah.
It's just one of them.
I'd have to be honest. I don't particularly think, like, he's been good, but I don't particularly think any player in the league this season has really been amazing. Yeah. I think the football this season has been pretty abysmal, to be honest.
I haven't. It.
But then
really had a good time.
We know who I support, so that's probably why it's made it
probably
a little bit worse.
Helped your situation.
Yeah, it's not helped my situations, but I don't know. I mean, it's been a hell of a lot closer, yeah, especially like at the top, the bottom, even in the middle of the pack. It's been a hell of a lot closer. But
yeah,
some of the football games that I've watched that aren't my team have like it's had me pulling my hair out. Like, what am I even watching? You're supposed to be professional footballers, but that's just me, you know.
The
only
that's fair. I think across the league has been more competitive, if not necessarily more entertaining. So I think that's fair. Tom, guys, nobody panic. Tom the teacup is with us, but is in the pub. Tom the teacup. Have I frozen, by the way, guys? Is my camera frozen?
You have. I know.
Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
I'm not in sync, am I? Oh, I am. It looked like it just paused and then really fast caught up to itself. I was like, fastly. It's the fastest I've ever moved in my life. I don't run. But Tom the Teacup, just put it on the pub TV. Let everybody watch the Teacup Castle. We're not exclusive. Anybody can join. Shout out to Bruce, who's back with us in the chat and is saying it's the Carrick Revolution. I'm not quite.
The thing is, the more games you win, the better you get at the end of the season. I think it's almost a given. I'm going to be real.
I said it about 2 weeks ago. I said it. I did a video saying how much I didn't want him, and at the end of the video, I was like, "But we're probably going to get him," and that was at least 2 weeks ago, probably longer. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think it's almost a certainty. I will be astounded if we take anyone else as the manager. But see the way, right? I'm not one of these people, I never wanted him, therefore I'm just going to look for any excuse to like slag him off. He wouldn't be my pick. I've outlined multiple reasons, multiple factual reasons, not vibe reasons, actual reasons why he wouldn't be my pick. It's likely he's going to get it. When he gets it, I'll probably be a bit like, but then I'll get on with it and I'll hope he does well and I won't hold it against him. Do you know what I mean? Now, if he continues to do things I don't agree with, I will say, but if he does well, I'll be like, right, what I'm saying about Bruno, he's winning me over. I'm not like, you can win me over. Cakes help. Wins on the football pitch are a good start as well. Do you know what I mean?
So, you do both. You're winning at life. Yeah, the thing is, he's come in and he's done what he's needed to do. Like, he's got you back in the Champions League. He's got you back to a more than respectable position, because when he took over, you guys, we were six,
to be fair. We weren't cray.
So, I mean, it was actually really surprising, to be fair, where you were, considering how poor you looked and so some of the results you were getting. But he's come in, he's got you back to Champions League football, which is confirmed now. So he's done what he needs to do. But can he sustain it over a full season with midweek games and not going out the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup really, really early and continuing it all the way through? That will be it. That will be the test next season. Yeah, Champions League is going to be the big one, because that is you've seen some of the games this season. Yeah. I mean, so different gravy.
I feel like we would be like what happened to Monaco, just 7-0 and you're out. That'd be us. But yeah, I hope it is a character evolution because we're going to keep him anyway. So I hope he does well. Bruno won it officially. Did he actually? Is this real? JT, are you fake newsing me? I thought it was at the end of the season. Are you fake newsing me, JT? It wouldn't be like JT to fake news.
Yeah, usually it is the end of the season, though, because...
No, it hasn't been announced for 20... FWA Footballer of the Year 25. What's an FWA Footballer of the Year? Because that's down as Bruno Fernandes. FWA Footballer of the Year. What does that mean? So for the 25-26 season, the FWA award has been announced, but the PFA award for that specific season are usually announced in August. So the FWA, whatever that is, Bruno has won FWA Footballer of the Year. But the Player of the Year that most people talk about is the PWA ones, and they're in, or the PFA ones, they're not till August. I don't understand. What is FWA? Okay. What is FWA? They've probably told us in the comments, and I'm fixed wireless access. Well, that's not bloody it. Okay, let me scroll. Somebody in the comments is almost definitely telling me. Let me see. Oh my God. Oh, I've missed so many people. Guys. Oh, it's a different organization. Football Writers. The football thank you, Mr. Arsenal Podcast. The Football Writers Player of the Year. So is that the journalists then?
Yeah, I would probably say so.
I wonder, and maybe it's not related at all because I've never looked at it before, obviously, because I didn't know what it was. I wonder, is there a correlation? Does the person who wins this one, do they normally go on to win? Or is there no, I just wonder because I've never looked at it.
Yeah, I don't recall. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think, unless that player's had an absolute stellar season, it's sort of given. I think this year is a bit up in the air.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But he's got a better chance now, being that he's won that award, I guess. It puts him in a better stead than other players. So.
That's what I just wonder. Interesting. Really interesting. But that's good. Thank you for bringing it in, because I didn't even know that much. So thank you for letting us know. That was JT that let us know that. I have seen Bruce did get another super chat in. Thank you to Bruce. Teacuppers beckon rule. Yes, they do. In your best father, Ted. Teacuppers beckon rule. We love it. We love it. Shout out to Bruce, all the teacuppers. Absolutely love it. There's so much. Andrew's in the house. Big up, Andrew. I didn't see you. Luke is here as well. Oh my God, I've missed so many people's chats. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I was going super fast through them. I am, in fact, not in any way going fast through these at all. Oh dear. Shem says, Spurs have sent out an email asking fans to pick the player of the season. I literally can't think of anyone to choose.
I'm voting for Shem.
I would vote for Shem.
That's my player of the season.
Let's help Shem on that one, because then we're going to do predictions. So it's not as if we're in a rush to talk about anything else, because after that it's predictions. Let's help Shem for a moment. If the Teacups were picking the player of the season for Spurs, who would you pick? Let us. Do you know what? I'm going to go Cray here. Did you have a thought you want to put out first? You can go first if you want, because I have a thought.
No, I'm still thinking.
I've got two, which is two more than Shem has. I would go with either Xavi Simons, because I thought he did very well in terms of his effort. He was trying. He really almost broke his leg trying to help them win. That celebration, right? There's not very many Spurs players this season that actually care. Very few of them actually care. Most of them just want to leave as soon as they're relegated. Xavi Simons clearly actually loves the club and cares. And he put in so much effort. So he would probably be my number one shout. My second shout, and probably I wouldn't give it to this player, and you'll know why in a second, but my second shout would have been Kudus, because before he got injured, he was doing phenomenal. And because it's such slim pickings, I would go with Simmons. And if it wasn't Simmons, I would probably go with Kudus because, again, he was stopped by injury, not because he just fell off. So that's where I would go in my attempt to help Shem, who has rejected my help and said Madison.
I think, I mean, probably Xavi Simmons. Then I haven't really got anybody. I'm looking at the team that played against Villa the other day, and I'm like, I mean, half of them have probably got a red card at some point in this season.
I don't think you, as a Chelsea fan, can talk about red cards. Thank you very much. That's less of that.
Well, I can, because we've got expert experience in it, so I know exactly. The other player I was thinking maybe Archie Gray, but then when I've seen him a few times, he's done it right.
Mohammed said Archie Gray. There you go.
We're on the same thing, but I don't recall seeing him that much of late, so I don't know if he's fallen off a little bit.
No, I think he's still okay. I just think
I'm
it's
not too sure. He didn't get any minutes against Villa, so yeah.
Oh, JT.
All right, JT. There's no need for that. It's a Friday, man. At least let me have some peace.
Do you know what to do? Right, let us read the ones about to help Shem, and then we'll have a little look at yours. Yeah, well, you just hold that in your head for a minute.
I've held it.
After Be Gaming, I believe, is saying Xavi. Yeah, After Be Gaming says Xavi's really good. Xavi Simmons. Shem said Madison after asking us. Andrew said Big Teddy. Who's that? Who's Big Teddy? Who's Ted? Theodore? Ted? Who's that?
Benton Croft.
Someone's going to have to give me more information on that. I'm not good. JT says Pedro Porro or Simmons. So that's another one for Simmons. Palace Red Devil says Archie Gray or Kudus. So one for you and one for me. Flossie saying Gaza. Andrew Wright also said Simmons. And Street said Richarlison, which interestingly, Shem said, if you go with stats, Richarlison is the top scorer with 9, but no one else is any good, and the rest have been in and out injured, so it doesn't really mean much. JT says, I think Archie Gray is good, but overrated a lot because he was a decent young player. He tries hard, but I don't rate him that.
Yeah. He still is a young player, though. He's only 20.
It's young.
That's baby, isn't it?
That's very young. That's earlier than some people make their the Mr. Arsenal podcast, has said, I'd say Ezzy myself, 5 goals in the North London derby. Oh, wait. So the Mr. Arsenal podcast is having a good time with the chat. Big Teddy, for us, played for
you
us and Forest and Spurs.
Oh, what, Teddy? Is it Teddy Sheringham? He didn't play.
I was thinking of like a current player.
A current player.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I thought it was like Teddy, a current player. No, well, it has to be then. I was like, there's no current players called Teddy. Right, no, that's okay then. That's fine. Sorry, I thought you meant a current player. Bruce is saying, smash a like and subscribe if you're digging what you're seeing and hearing. And Huge is in the house. Welcome to Huge. We've got all of our Tea Titans are in the chat now. Streets is back with us in time for the predictions. So all that's left to do is to pick the Chelsea player of the season, which Kai has already got ready in his mind. And then we move on to predictions.
João Pedro for me. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Probably been the most consistent, had a tiny dip of form, but I think that was more down to the chaos that was going on behind the scenes, and he's done it for the majority of the season, so yeah.
Cucurella has been okay. No? Am I overestimating him?
Nah.
No?
Nah. Look, he's been mid compared to what he did last season, but João Pedro for me has been standout.
I'm looking here. And I'm just looking at the average ratings for your players for the season.
Harold's here.
Harold's here. I did see your name. We said Happy Viking Day to Harold. Bonkers is also here. I didn't spot Bonkers coming in, but After B Gaming says Joe Pedro, Bonkers says Joe Pedro, Street says Joe Pedro, JT says Joe Pedro or James. Enzo, Mohammed says Enzo is the player of the season for Chelsea. He was the other player I thought of, to be fair. But After B Gaming is saying no doubt it's Joe Pedro. Bruce is living in Scotland. Oh, very nice. Scotland's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. After B Gaming says he would give second to Enzo. I think that's fair. Palace is saying Caicedo, Pedro Neto, or João Pedro. So Palace is giving us a choice. But no, I think that's fair. There's a lot of people went straight in with João Pedro. So that's obviously pretty out there. The kind of second runner-up would be Enzo Fernandez. That's fair.
Yeah, I think he's got, I want to say he's like 25 something goal involvements for his first season. You know, for 55 mil, you can't complain at that.
All right. To be fair for United, I would tie it with Bruno and Casemiro, because I think Casemiro has been phenomenal. Yeah. And I don't think Bruno has the season he has, if not for Casemiro. I think it was a joint effort. Harold said no one deserves it at Chelsea. No, Harold, we don't mean player of the season out of all the teams. We just mean the Chelsea player of the season. Only pick it out of Chelsea. He might just mean this. Still, nobody deserves it, to be fair. He might have understood the premise and still said nobody.
Yeah, I get it. I think 99% of those players don't. But for me, João Pedro, he does. He's not once dropped his head. Even when we got absolutely battered in the last game, he still come up and gave me, probably what would be our goal of the season, to be fair. So...
That's true.
It was a hell of a goal. So
that was an unbelievable goal.
Yeah.
Very, very, very. It really was. It was a very good goal. I saw it because he controls it first before it was very good. Shout out to Bruce. Bruce is on one tonight and says, thank you for creating. He is. It's great. He says, thank you for creating a non-toxic football channel. Teacuppers rule. Teacuppers do rule. This is it. This is so we've had the Carrick Revolution. We have the Teacuppers feckin' rule, so the Father Ted, and now we have Teacuppers rule. I'm enjoying it. But I do enjoy it because it does feel very non-toxic, which means it's obviously time to make predictions and make it toxic. No, don't get toxic. Don't get toxic.
Oh God,
oh my God! After B Gaming, it's 1 a.m. Where are you? It's 1 a.m. where After B Gaming is watching this. Bruce is in Scotland.
Committed.
Yeah, that is unreal. Shout out After B Gaming being here at 1 a.m. I love that. I love that. That's brilliant. You're in India. After B Gaming. I was in India. A friend of mine is from a town called Coimbatore. And so he got married, he went home to get married, and it was the traditional wedding. And so they bought me a sari. His family bought me a sari, a traditional sari. And we did the henna with his aunties and his mum at the wedding. And they gave me, it was one of their family. It looks like a necklace, but you wear it as a belt around the sari. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But it was lovely. I really, really enjoyed myself. It was lovely. Shout out to After B watching this at 1 a.m. I mean, really and truly, we are something else. But, let us talk. And you know what? My tea has been here a while and I haven't drank any of it. So I'm going to let you do the entire segment for Liverpool and Chelsea. It's all you, Kai.
Well, look, I suppose the good thing, at least in the prediction game this week, it gets Chelsea out the way early on, so I don't have to sit here and wait for the pain. It's two teams that are probably having a pretty bad season. I don't know if you watched my review the other day, but I had an epiphany, a shock at the end of where we potentially could finish at 13th. And I almost cried. Honestly, I almost cried when I realized, because I've been speaking about it for quite a while, and I was like, we could potentially, but it hit me at that moment, and you
could see it though. You could see it.
It was
Guys, if
Painful.
you haven't watched Kai's post-match reaction to Chelsea's last match, after this stream, it's like 10 minutes. None of your videos are like long. They're not, they
No.
don't take your whole day. It's like 10 minutes or so, guys. Go and watch it because you'll see the moment. Kai's just chatting away and he's pretty miserable and he's feeling a little bit down. And then this moment, and your whole face changed as you realized. And it was honestly, I really laughed. I really laughed.
Yeah.
Good friends.
It's I couldn't believe it. But like going into this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, when because I had a little bit look at it today, Liverpool are down quite a few players for injury or for whatever reason. So they're not particularly going to be going into this fixture. I know there's a few that are like on the peripheral, maybe available, maybe not. But I think they're going to be pretty depleted. For us, I only know of Garnacho and Neto that don't look like they're going to be available again this weekend. I don't know what's going on with them. So do I think we have enough to win? I don't think we have enough to score more than one goal, to be honest. And I also don't think we're strong enough at the back to not concede. So for me, I'm going 1-1. I think it will be a draw.
1-1. That could be... Streets there is here to just prop you up. Where'd it go? No, where'd it go? I lost him. Oh, there you go. There it is. I was like, Streets had a very positive comment for you, Kai. I have to put it on the screen.
Oh, Streets, I feel the love, man.
Andrew. Andrew is a Liverpool fan and wants to know who's injured for Liverpool. Isak is still out as far as I know.
Yeah.
But do the full list.
I thought Isak was still out. I think Alisson was a doubt.
I think
there was a couple.
Yeah.
I think Verts,
and he's looking at Juventus.
And there was another one that was a doubt. Obviously, you've lost. What's the other striker's name? Who's out for the rest of the season?
Ekitike.
The young kiddie. Yeah, Ekitike. He's obviously out. I think Salah's out apparently as well.
With the hamstring. I knew he wouldn't be back. They said he'll be back before the end of the season, but they knew he definitely wasn't going to be back for United. They don't really seem to know when he's going to be back. It seems to be uncertain.
Yeah.
Isak trained today, says Mohammed.
May be available, but again, it's one of those. If he's only just come back for injury, would they? I suppose if they've got no one else, they've got no choice, really, have they? They're going to have to. But I do believe they are quite depleted, and there's still, still a few players. I think even Mamardashvili's out as well, so they would be looking to use their third choice keeper, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so, that guy Woodman, he played for them in their last game. He's been playing all their games lately.
So it's pretty depleted. But I mean, Streets hitting the nail on. We are a bit toothless. I said the only part of the attack that I can kind of rely on is João Pedro. He's still popping up with the goals, even how poor we are. I mean, he did score 2 in the Forest game. Obviously, 1 got ruled off for offside. But our defense is just all over the place.
What was your final prediction again?
1-1. Yeah.
I'm going 2-0 Liverpool. I've heard what you've had to say. And I'm not even trying to be smart. I just feel like they're woeful. They're really dreadful. Yous are appalling.
We're worse. Yeah.
That's basically where I'm at with it, basically. Kai, JT wants to know who's going to play on the left wing.
No Neto, no Garnacho, no Gittins, no Derry.
Oh, bless him. He put out a wee post to say... Yeah, I did see that.
I mean, there was quite a few batterings in that game. Obviously, you saw Morgan, Gibbs, White, and Sanchez both have.
Did you see his face?
Yeah, absolutely. Because he was on. I don't know if he was on the bench, but he was there for the Villa game. He was on the bench. Yeah. His face is messed up. So there was quite a lot of head injuries, but the Jesse Derry one looked really, really bad. So I'm happy that the kid is looking like he's fine, looking like he's going to be okay. But to play on the left hand side, JT, you know what? I might have to go call my nan in. I reckon we've got. They're going to have to either bring up some of the academy or potentially change the formation, go with a 3 at the back and play wing back, so we don't need to use the wingers and go 3 centre backs, Cucurella, maybe Gusto, because I don't think James is going to be back as wing backs, and then play Caicedo, maybe Enzo and Cole
Yeah.
Palmer in like a floating 8 or 2 10s with a striker. That might be the way that they're going to have to do it without having any wingers really, because there's nothing on the right hand side either.
Suggest that from this one question from JT, any hope anybody had for Chelsea just went like,
Yeah.
gone. Would you like to rethink your prediction, guys?
No, I still think it's going to be a draw. I still think it's going to be a 1-1.
Let us see what the people say. Mohammed is hoping Rio is going to start. Jenny is reminding people that Liverpool did give Tudor his only point. So it's not, Jenny's here to help you feel better. But let me see. JT also doesn't reckon they will risk Isak. But let us go to the score predictions, because we've been talking for a little bit and I missed them. I've just scrolled up far enough. There's Bonkers. Bonkers has started. Okay. Bonkers says 1-1, actually, with you, to be fair. That was the first prediction, was 1-1. Mohammed says 4-0 Liverpool. So you thought I was bad with 2. After B Gaming agrees with me, 2-0 Liverpool. Andrew is going for 2-0 Liverpool. Kai, you're not going well so far in these.
No.
Let
this
me
is supposed
see.
to be where I come to a safe
Bit of
space.
backup.
You just shoot me down, man.
Streets is going
Even
3-1.
Sam's going at 1-0.
Streets went 3-1 to Liverpool. After V says not only is it going to be Liverpool, it's going to be easy. Rob says 1-1. There's another, so that's 3 1-1s to be fair. Palace Red Devil says if Sanchez is going to be the goalkeeper, which is probably the case, then Liverpool win 3-1. What else? Shem says 2-1 to Liverpool. Bruce says 2-1 to Liverpool.
Feels like a unanimous, well, not a unanimous, but majority Liverpool. I'm feeling
it feels
just a tad.
Yeah, yeah, it does feel that way. So we had Andrews for the 2-0. Jay's with us. Welcome back to Jay, who says, "I hope Chelsea win. Love a Liverpool meltdown. 2-1 Chelsea. Jay's got your back."
Yes, Jay.
There you go, Kai. We found one. One. And to be fair, Jay's a United fan, so he doesn't support either of these teams. He's just got your back. So shout out, Jay has Kai's back. However, he's outvoted. Kai's in the bin, as is Chelsea. Did you reckon more 3s, more 2s? What seemed to be the majority there?
1-0. No, I think 2. I saw some 4s. I saw some. Yeah, but don't do me dirty like that. Don't do me more than 2.
Okay, we'll go 2-1. Well, I was going to go 2-0, but I'll give you 1. Jenny, I have some Luju, but that man right there, he has some Hooju, because honestly, every time he says something bad or something good's going to happen, something bad happens, really and truly. Harold, we might have to count the 1-1s. Harold has said 1-1 Boarfest. So is that 4 1-1s? It's still outnumbered.
Yeah. But still,
I mean, that's
there was
quite a
more
few 1-1s. So we will note the fact that there are quite a few 1-1s. We'll remember that. Yeah, exactly. Such a fraud. Do you want to change it to 1-1? Because that's 5 of them. That's 5
Yeah,
1-1s.
Give me something to be happy about.
Do you know what? We're changing it. That's 5 1-1s specifically. Let's go with it.
We need a point, guys, please.
Oh, JT said 0-0. How did I
there we
miss
go.
that? Yeah, that
there
has to have brought it over the line anyway, to be fair.
I feel better now. I can sleep tonight.
I swear Hassab is supporting Arsenal just to jinx us. I think he might be at this point. But yeah, 1-1 hype. 1-1 hype. That was 6 draws that were predicted. That actually genuinely had to be the majority. Shout out, Kai. Your puppy dog eyes won them all over.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
This
Got
one.
Them all on side.
Oh, you were saying 21 watching, not 21 score. I just thought you forgot the little line. Sorry. Thanks, Bruce. 21 watching. 21 watching is quite a lot. Look at us, Mr. and Miss Popular. We got it going on. And yes, so thank you, Bruce. Apologies. Is that the mighty Manchester United? That it is the mighty Manchester United taking on the not mighty Mackems. And I would just like to say, I think we're going to win this 3-1.
You know what? I'm gonna say I've been impressed by United, not by the football, but just that you've managed to get over a line in certain games that I didn't think you'd been able to get over the line in. Because I think recently I predicted quite a few draws. I don't think I predicted you to lose, but some draws. So I'm going to change it this week, and I'm going to predict you to lose. No, I'm joking. I'm going to predict. I think you'll win 2-0 because I think Sunderland have definitely dropped off a little bit. And most recently, didn't they take the 4-0 battering?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, so I think that might have dented a little bit.
I'm starting to think you might be some kaiju because see if you predict us to win and we lose, you're in big trouble, mister. Big trouble.
So 2-0 win to United.
Right. Well, I said 3-1. Cuckoo Kai might strike. Let me see. Let me scroll. JT started that. Well, no, he didn't. There's more above it. We have Vamos, obviously, which is where it is starting. After B Gaming says Man United 4-2. J Red says 3-1. Ladderson. JT says 2-0. Did I say it? No, I didn't. So 4-2, 3-1, 2-0. Sam says 3-0 United. Streets has said, in fact, 4-1. 4-1, says Streets. Huge has gone 2-2. Huge is feeling something in the water. Huge says 2-2. Let me see. Palace says Sunderland are good at home, so I'm going to go 2-1 United instead of more. Shem says 3-1 United. Flossie has just been sick in her mouth. Andrew Wright says 1-0. After B Gaming reckons for the 4-2, there's going to be 3 Bruno assists. Mohammed the traitor, has said Sunderland 2-1. To be fair, Mohammed's a Liverpool fan. So he's just, he's just showing his Liverpool. Robo United is saying 4-0 to United. Bruce reckons Carrick is a genius. Therefore, United 3, Sunderland 1. That's my score. We agree. Bonkers reckons 2-0 United. He meant to type big down, Ladderson. And did it wrong. Sam is saying Sunderland are in holiday mode already. Guess heard Macca's, as in McDonald's, instead of Mackems. Sesko looked like he is out for us this weekend, so I think Mbeumo starts up front. I am hoping that actually Carrick learned from the last time he did that and he puts Mount or Cunha up front instead of Mbeumo and leaves Mbeumo out on the bloody wing.
That actually leaves me a little bit of question, and this is for all the United fans. I've been very underwhelmed by Mbeumo this season. How are you guys feeling? I think he's been poor. But
no, I think he's been good. I think he's been good. I think he was very good before he went to AFCON. I think from he's come back from AFCON, he's been less whelming. Underwhelming sounds dramatic. He's been less whelming. And so then like that, Carrick keeps playing him as a false 9. He's not a false 9. He can't play the role of false 9. He's not good playing as a striker role.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to blame him. When the manager plays him once, sees he's not good and then puts him back there, I'm not going to blame him for that because that's a manager being stupid. When he's on the wing, he's very good. I think Cunha went the other way. I think when Cunha came, I was quite underwhelmed from what I was expecting. And I felt he improved with time. And I feel like he before wasn't clinical enough. There was a lot of pot shots. Now I feel he's getting more clinical. He's getting more effective. I feel like they've gone opposite directions. But I think overall, both of them have had decent seasons. I don't think either of them have been spectacular. But I never expect someone like Mbeumo didn't have a Brentford season. But I didn't expect him to have a Brentford season, because you're not going to come to United and have a Brentford season. So I understand what you're saying in terms of maybe you're probably underwhelmed from what you expected, but I don't think
the expectations the expectations I thought he would do better, but it's more so, at least the games that I've watched recently and some of the chances that he misses. Like I wouldn't even have guessed him to miss those kind of chances at Brentford. Like it wouldn't even. So on that side of things, and again, I don't watch him week in, week out. So that's why I thought I'd ask you guys. But from what I've seen, I've not been too impressed with him. But
I would like to see more next season.
Yeah.
I would say that I would like to see more next season. For a first season, I think he's been decent. I think he started well. And I actually think he's one of the players that have tapered off under Carrick. A lot of players have improved since Carrick has come in and kind of gone back to basics. Obviously, Bruno is one of the big ones. But I actually feel that Mbeumo has gone a little bit backwards.
The opposite,
But I don't feel it's necessarily Carrick. It feels like since AFCON, which is in and around the same time period, but I don't think it's necessarily. I would like to see more, but I don't think
next
Carrick
season will be a big season
to
for
the
him.
Best. Yeah. I would want to see a step
another
up from
season like this season, next season, then there's question marks.
Then I'm underwhelmed and I'm thinking, no, this isn't good enough. But like Palace Red Devils, see, that's it. Rob, he dropped off after AFCON. His quality has dropped recently. He started and then tapered, and it has been since AFCON. So I'd like to see it next season. JT says, I think Mbeumo was carrying Amorim and the early Carrick games, which was the hard ones, Arsenal City. He was definitely carrying Amorim 100%. Under Amorim, he was very good. Mohammed is explaining his prediction. He's not over getting beaten last week, so he's lashing out a little bit. Let me see. I did see Harold say something very kind. Harold said, your subs keep rising. It makes me happy. Thank you, Harold. Thank you. It makes me happy too, to be fair. What else? The Mr. Arsenal podcast. Oh, predicted 2-0 to Liverpool. Just so we know. We'll add that to the list. And is also predicted 2-1 to Sunderland. So the Mr. Arsenal podcast is not helping either of us out. But Hugh just saying, I think Carrick will try some new things because we're already in the Champions League. We've qualified, and that the rest of the team will essentially be on holiday. And I did see JT saying that wouldn't be a good look based on some of the things I've been saying about Carrick to this point. And that's what I mean. And Mbeumo was still third in GA. Not a bad first season, but most of that was before AFCON. He had a really good before AFCON and a little bit of a taper off. Harold isn't sure about this game. Not 100% about this game, which makes me nervous because it's not like Harold. But yes, more of us makes us all happy. But Harold's very, very positive, so that makes me nervous. But yeah, I think there you go. Mbeumo got most of our chances in the first half of the season, but now we play Acuna, and now Mbeumo doesn't get enough touches or chances. I think they've swapped. I felt at the start Cunha was trying, but he just wasn't clinical. He wasn't effective. He was trying, but there was nothing coming off it. And Mbeumo was much more effective. Now I feel like they've swapped. Cunha's been much more effective, and I think Mbeumo's actually being misused, is where I'm at. So next season for both of them, not just for Mbeumo, for both of them, for me, is where I'm at with that. But most people there predicted a United win. It felt like a United win. It felt like there's 2-0, 4-0, 3-1.
I think a 3-1 will be like in the middle.
That felt about right. I'm going to sneeze, so just...
Blessed.
It just wasn't coming. I was like, no, get out here. I'm after pausing the whole stream. Get out of my nose. And I've such a loud sneeze. I sneeze really loudly. My mom, back in the days of house phones, my mom was on the phone to her friend, and I was like younger. and I sneezed, and her friend asked if a car had backfired in the street because I sneezed so loudly. Thank you, guys. All the people are saying bless you. Thank you very much, guys. Really and truly, like, honestly. Now, this next one, guys,
Brighton.
we're now running 15 minutes into the stream. We've made 2 predictions. To be fair, by our standards, that's not bad. But you go first on this one because I'm undecided. Brighton and Wolves.
2-0 Brighton.
2-0. That was fast.
Yeah.
Wolves. On the bus.
No, I've really tried, but they've just dropped. Hertz has just signed a new deal. Brighton are playing all right, you know, some decent football at times. So, yeah, I think Wolves they're finished now, unfortunately. As much as I want them to make something.
I didn't listen to the whole thing, but Rob Edwards got a little bit. He came out a bit swinging in his press conference because he was asked basically about the criticism of him, and he sort of said, "Well, not many managers would have come in when I did in the position that this club was in and do what I did."
Yeah.
Maybe remember that before you criticize, is sort of what he was saying. And it was a bit sass.
I swear I saw something to say that he was going at the end of the season, but it could have just been a rumor.
There was a story out there basically saying that because he faced criticism from fans was his job under threat. But I read the article, we talked about it actually on this on one of the streams, and it was basically summation. There was no actual source. There was no I've heard this. It was the fans booed him, therefore his job might be in danger. Essentially was what the article said. You did see
typical
it.
Journalism,
yeah. There wasn't a whole lot to it. Do you know what?
Are you staying on this train or are you getting off?
I'm going 1-1. I'm going for a draw. I can't predict them to win. I'm going for a draw on this, and I'm sticking with it. Kind of. JT says 3-2 Brighton. J Red says 2-2 draw. But Brighton and Bournemouth. Brighton and Wolves. Or does he mean 2-2 for both of the next predictions? Come back to us, Jay. Let us know. Shem says Brighton 3-0. Brighton 3-0. That's quite emphatic. Street says Brighton 3-1. Is Welbeck playing? No clue. We won't know.
If he does, he scores.
Yeah, but we won't know until the lineups runs. I don't think he's injured or anything. Like, I think it's possible that he'll play, but because he was speaking after their last match and he was perfectly fine. He was doing the interview. They actually asked him about Michael Carrick and stuff. Let me see. Yeah, he'll be playing because he's not listed even as doubtful, let alone injured, so he'll almost definitely play. After B Gaming says 4-3, goal fast expected. Huge reckons 2-1 to Brighton. Joe Gomez to Atletico is very close. I saw something about that earlier and I just never got reading it. But it might be something we talk about that tomorrow because there was a few Prem clubs talking about, do you know? But yeah, I have seen that kind of through the day and just haven't had time to read it properly. Palace Red Devil reckons 3-0 to Brighton. Mohammed's with me. Mohammed reckons 1-1. Let me see. JT has a good point. Brighton will still try to push for the European positions. That's a fair point. And Bonkers is saying 1-1. So there's a few. There's me 1-1, Bonkers 1-1, and who else said 1-1 there a wee minute ago? Literally, Mohammed. And then J Red said 2-2. Other than that, it was all Brighton. And there was a lot of 3-1s, 3-2s, 3-0.
Yeah. So probably about 3-1.
3-1 feels right. Yeah, 3-1 feels right. Let me go back to the screen. So let's go 3-1. Fulham and Bournemouth. Fulham let me down. Fulham just were appalling. I reckon 2-1 to Bournemouth. And it could be more. That could be 3-1 as well. But I reckon 2-1 to Bournemouth. I was very let down by Fulham.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going 2-0 Bournemouth, I think.
2-0 Bournemouth. See, I could see that. The only thing I'm thinking, Fulham were so bad, they might try and get a goal in this one. But, I mean, if it was 2-0, 3-0, none of that would shock me. The only thing that would shock me is if Bournemouth don't win. Other than that, it could be anything. Because Fulham were bad. Big bad. Richie's with us. Shout out to Richie. And the people are saying, Palace says 1-1. Streets reckons 2-1 Bournemouth. Bonkers reckons 3-2 Bournemouth. Afterbeat Gaming reckons 3-1 Bournemouth. And Harold is saying 3-1 Fulham. 3-1 to Fulham. Okay. There's JT. The 2-2. Was that for this one? It has to be. JT normally goes early. I think JT has said 2-2. Mohammed reckons 1-0 Fulham. So Harold and Mohammed are going Fulham here. And Shem reckons 3-1 Bournemouth. Yes, JT. So that was 2-2 for JT. So with 2 draws.
I think it's, was it 3 draws and a win?
I'm trying to... I think it's unanimous anyway. Oh, Richie has gone a draw. Richie has gone a draw as well.
But that makes it 3, doesn't it?
Yeah. But Huge has gone Fulham. Oh, this is getting messy.
I feel like there's been more.
This is very split. Yeah, but well, there's no. That's what I mean.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 Bournemouth wins.
Okay, so that will be
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I only see 3 Fulham wins, and then the rest have been draws.
Yeah, so that leaves it 5. Yeah. 5 leaves it just over. Just about. So this one's very split. We've just tipped it to Bournemouth, but that's quite 2-1
then, I think.
Yeah. Let's go with that, because that's the most split one we've had so far. City Brentford. This is a fun one. I thought I did my match reaction. No, Richie, don't you be sorry. You just join in whenever suits you, my dear. Anytime you like. I would have said this was going to be a difficult game for City. I've said this one and the Bournemouth one I thought were going to be hard.
Yeah.
But Brentford were not very good against West Ham. I believe West Ham were appallingly robbed. Several decisions were absolutely wrong in them. I went through them. That match reaction, I went through them like one after. Like, I mean, West Ham were utterly robbed in that match. I thought they were by far and away the better team. I didn't think Brentford were very good at all. And Brentford have been very good up till that point. So I thought they would present a problem for City, but they really were bad against West Ham. And so now I've confused myself.
I'm going 2-1 City, and the main reason is I think it's going to make the Arsenal game just that little bit more impactful. Because if Arsenal win the West Ham game, it's done. So for that reason, I think City will beat Brentford.
Yeah.
To make that game just more impactful. I think they're just going to have a little bit too much for Brentford in this one.
Like I said, prior to that match against West Ham, my prediction probably would have been very, very different for this match. But they really were bad against West Ham. They shouldn't have won that match. Yeah. They should have lost that match. I'm going to go with City. 2-0. I'm going with City 2-0. They were really, really bad against West Ham. They've annoyed me with how bad they were, so now I'm predicting that they lose. I'll teach them a lesson. Okay. What are we saying? What are we saying, people? We're saying lots of things. Afterby Gaming is saying a score, though. 4-1, he reckons. 4-1 for Afterby Gaming. That wouldn't shock me either. Harold reckons 3-0 to City, a Haaland hat-trick. He could do with one lately. He could do with one the way he's not been phenomenal lately. He's not been really getting into matches lately at all. I don't think he's had a good last few matches. Bonkers reckons 2-1 City. Palace also reckons 2-1 City. Mohammed reckons 2-0 City. Richie reckons 2-0 City. Streets is saying 3-1 City, I guess. JT says Brentford's style is exactly what City don't like. Therefore, a hot take of 3-2 to Brentford. Interesting. Lucky's with us. Welcome, Lucky. Lucky is saying Brentford will give them a game. So 3-2 Brentford to beat City. So Lucky is going, or are you talking about when they play Bournemouth, Lucky? Or do you mean Brentford? Bournemouth, I think, is 2 weeks away. So they have a little while before then. But I don't know if it's a typo or if he's looking ahead. I'm not 100% sure. JT reckons the momentum died for City. And now, okay, so he means Bournemouth. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I can get on board with this. I can very much get on board with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, JT, because sometimes it is just a little, you know, and I've said for weeks and weeks and weeks that I thought this run of Everton, Brentford and Bournemouth were going to, I know Crystal Palace is in there, but I think specifically Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, I kept saying was going to be difficult. I thought out of them all, Everton would be the easiest of the three. I now think it might be Brentford, but it's completely based on the most recent match, so it might be nothing. So Lucky reckons for this one it's going to be a draw. 2-2 for this one to be a draw. I think the majority there, though, were very much City. There was 2-1, 3-1, 2-1, 2-0, 2-1. 2-1 seems to be the vibe. 2-1 seems to be the vibe. Now, Crystal Palace, Everton. What do we reckon?
I'm going to go Everton. Obviously, had a good game against City. Palace, they're not in the greatest form in the Premier League, but they have had, obviously, success. They're in the final now of the Conference League, aren't they? So I feel like they're going to be pushing for that. I know it's a little while off, but I think that's going to be their main focus. So I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
I also reckon Everton. Everton aren't as... In my brain, Everton aren't scoring a lot of goals, but I want to just double check that I'm not just completely making that up. I feel like they're not, but maybe they
scored
are.
3 against City, didn't they?
That's true. But before that, it was 1, 1, 2, none. Oh, sorry. Then it was 3 against you guys. I wasn't even setting that up because before that it was none. Oh, they've been very mixing because it was 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, none. All right, okay. Never mind. They're all over the fucking place. They don't know what they're doing. Palace. I saw something about Palace earlier and I thought it might be relevant. Did I bookmark it? Here's the real question. Did I bookmark it? No, there's Dominic Szoboszlai back in Arnie slot, which really made me laugh. McAllister is not in talks. Crystal Palace sold Eze to Arsenal. Part of the deal was that if Arsenal wins the league, Palace receive a £10 million bonus. Imagine Arsenal versus Crystal Palace on the final day deciding the title. So it's not relevant for this week. It will be relevant in the future. So I've kept that one. I need to look into how accurate this is because I don't know if it's made up. I saw it
I wouldn't be surprised. They do clause like that for a lot of players.
Real.
I mean,
yeah.
When we bought Mudryk, there was a clause, obviously a little bit of a different, but it was Champions League clause, and it was also if he won the Ballon d'Or, we would have to pay them extra money. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if there was something on it, but 10 million seems like quite a lot of money. I'll be real. But...
Was the fee low in the first place, though? Was the fee itself not too high and the bonuses more?
It was like, wasn't it like 60 something million for it, Eze?
I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. So that's what I mean. I don't know if that's true. It doesn't matter for this game week anyway, but I thought it was interesting when I saw it. Interesting enough for me to look into it at a future date. Sometimes I just say things and I see things and I keep them.
Yeah,
and
so it's a 60
them.
million initial fee and then 7.5 million in add-ons. So you could say part of the add-ons potentially might have been that clause, maybe.
Yeah, but not 10 million. If the add-ons are 7, the clause can't be 10.
But that's what I mean. It depends if that actual 10 million is actually 10 million or if someone's inflating it a little bit.
Clause 4. Let's see.
Because it's performance related add-ons, so
I mean, it's out there, but my problem is sometimes one fan account puts it out there and then all other accounts
floods,
post it from the fan account and there's no actual source.
If it's baitable enough, it will fly.
Yeah, and see, there's 5 hours ago, but that's a fan account. And that's what I mean. I normally check them before I read them out, but because we were doing the predictions, I couldn't remember. I knew I'd seen something about Palace and I couldn't remember what it was. No, that might be bollocks. It seemed realistic in terms of it's the type of bonus you can put in, but there's no news outlets. No credible news outlets actually putting it out there. Because do you know when you type into Google and then you can just click news instead of reading all the nonsense? In the news, in the news section, I can't find anything about it. So it might be one of those things that somebody has just made up on X. That's a pity. That would have been a good narrative. I would have enjoyed that bit of fun. That's disappointing. And now on my timeline on X, obviously I'm seeing all the stuff about Bruno Fernandes wins the Football Writers Player of the Year. It's literally everywhere. And I hadn't seen it, so. Oh, sorry, guys. I promise we are going to come back to these predictions. Tchouaméni come out and apologise to everybody with his own little statement now. Isn't that exciting? Okay, I probably sent the chat completely off base there. I'm going to have to scroll. A little bit for these.
I feel like it was Everton.
Oh, apparently a good chunk off the 7.5 is for win the league. So the story might be true and the number might be wrong. Yeah. After's leaving it. Oh, you have to sleep. Sure, it's way late. Rest well after be gaming. We will see you tomorrow and thank you for being here. Have a good sleep. So yeah, it could be that the story's true, the amount is wrong, which I mean, again, that wouldn't shock me.
But JT's made a good point there because they might have just put it in euros to inflate the cost up. Because obviously 7.5 is probably around 10.
Yeah, could be. See, when I see euros, that makes sense to me because everything here is euro. So it's all euro for me. Everything, when I read things out on this channel, I always read them in euro. It's everyone's like, oh, in our euros. So what is 7?
Oh, that's only 8.6.
Oh.
So someone's had a drink and slapped a couple mil on top, basically.
That's it. Someone's just emphasized it. Exactly what you
10
said.
10 sounds more
round.
Sounds more round than a 7.5. No one cares about 7.5, but a 10's different.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Right. And as JT says, Twitter be twittering. That's true. That's such a pity. That would have been fun. Right, let us go. Let us go check Guehi's bank account. Right, people have got in score predictions for Crystal Palace Everton, and I have not. All right, let's go. Did you give yours in the end, or did I interrupt you rudely?
2-1 Everton.
Oh, yes.
I went with.
And then I
feel like
went to look up my fact about Palace before I gave my prediction and went way
Yeah.
off track. That's where we went wrong. I started thinking. So I reckon, obviously, Everton. I'm trying to think of by how many. Oh, and then I said Everton aren't scoring many, but actually they are. I'm going with... I don't think Palace are doing anything. I reckon that one could be 3-0, but I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 Everton. It could be 1-0 Everton. Could be 1-0 Everton.
It's definitely an Everton win now. I think majority of the chat went Everton win. So
yeah,
2-0.
I think I would. Yeah,
2-1.
Right. Yeah, because there's draw Everton. I'm trying to look. There's no real big scores, and there is a couple of draws. So 2-1 is probably about right, just to get the middle of them. That leaves us Burnley and Villa, and Lucky got in early on this one. Lucky reckons 3-1 to Villa. Lucky reckons 3-1 to Villa. Harold is off to beddy boys. Sleep well, Harold. And is saying 3-1. Before he goes, he's left us with a final prediction.
3-1.
3-1. Okay. What is yours, Kai? And I won't interrupt you this time.
3-0 Villa. I think Burnley are just done. Their manager's gone now. They're gone. Yeah, it's just nothing really for them to even play for. Villa still got a little bit to play for. Big boost after battering Forest 4-0 in midweek.
Yeah.
Might see a rotated side, but I still think they'll have enough for them.
Yeah. I'd go with that. I'd go with 3-0. I for exactly the same reasons. I just don't think there's anything in it. Mohammed also says 3-0. JT says 1-1. Obviously, we had Lucky's 3-1. JT 2-0. JT says Burnley reckons Lucky versus Villa 2-0. I think Lucky would win as well, to be fair. Palace reckons 3-0 Villa. Bonkers reckons 3-0 Villa. Streets reckons 2-0 Villa. Richie reckons 2-0 Villa. Rob reckons 2-0 Villa. Shem reckons 2-0 Villa. Now, I might need some help toshing that one up, but I reckon we're either going for 2 or 3-0 Villa, and Burnley. Burnley's just not scoring. No matter what else happens in the match, Burnley aren't scoring. And Streets is straight on to the next one. Straight away, he's skipped Nottingham Forest and Newcastle, and he wants it to be known that West Ham are going to beat Arsenal 2-0. But first, we are in fact going to predict Forest and Newcastle. I hate to break it to people, we're going to predict Forest and Newcastle. Flossie, I'm predicting a Newcastle win this week. It's been a while since I've done that. That might be bad for you. I apologise. I reckon this one... Am I predicting a Newcastle win? Hold on, I might have to backtrack. No, Willis Sola's been good. Willis Sola has been really good. I like Willis Sola. Forest just got absolutely hammered by Villa. Hammered. I reckon 2-1 to Newcastle, that one. What do you reckon,
Yeah,
Kai?
I think the same. I think Forest definitely going to have a bit of a ego buster in midweek. And yeah, Newcastle need a win. So yeah. So I think 2-1 Newcastle this week, Flossie.
Go on, Flossie. We're with you this week. Lucky reckons 1-1, which again I could see, to be fair. It's not that I could see it.
Yeah.
Streets reckons 2-1 as well. Palace reckons 2-1 as well. Streets watching Elliot Anderson, but doesn't. Did give us a score first. That's okay then. You watch who you like once you give us a score. Richie reckons 3-1 to Newcastle. JT reckons 2-2. Streets wants to call it the Elliot Anderson derby. We have Luckies. Rob is reckoned 2-1 to Newcastle. Yes, Flossie, it has been ages. I've been on the dark side. But now that my hair is dark, the rest of me has gone back to the bright side. Mohammed also reckons 1-1. And Lucky is saying Newcastle have not been convincing Eddie Howe to go. I love Lucky because he just says whatever he thinks. Just boom, says it. I love it. But basically that was unanimous for Newcastle. No, there's been
a few draws.
2. Yeah. But for the most part, it's Newcastle. There's a lot of 2-1s. There's a lot of 2-1s. So I reckon we're going to 2-1. I reckon we're going to 2-1. But we note the people who do not agree with us. This one. This is the one. Nobody cares about the rest of them. Nobody cares. Yeah. This one. What do we think? What do we think, Kai?
It's a tough one, man. I still, in my bones, feel like this is going down to the last day.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for that to happen, Arsenal have to slip up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Who else have they got?
Palace and like Burnley or something. If they're going to slip up,
they ain't slipping up to Burnley. Yeah.
Well, West Ham are still fighting not to be relegated. At the moment, West Ham are back in relegation. They must win this because Spurs could lose to Leeds. So to have a chance of getting out of relegation, West Ham have got to win this. They have no choice.
And they got to rest a few of their players because I'm pretty sure against Atletico they took off quite a few players not long after half time, so they got to rest players as well, which does it well for this game. So he's definitely taking this seriously.
Yeah, well, Saka played 45 minutes, then 60 minutes. So
yeah.
I've written down my score.
I think it's going to be 2-1 Arsenal.
I've gone 3-2 Arsenal. Because I think there will be goals in this because I think West Ham are going to stick it to them. I think West Ham are going to really stick it to them, but I think Arsenal will beat them. Is where I'm at.
Yeah. I do still think there's going to be a slip up though. I feel that, but they had the good result last weekend. They've got the good result in the Champions League, get themselves in the fly. They're going to be hitting on some high emotions. They got to rest players after, midweek as well. Yeah, I just feel like they're going to have just a bit too much for West Ham.
This is the one. If they don't slip in this one, I don't think they slip up.
No,
I think this is the last match where they can lose points.
I don't know. I see Palace being. I feel Palace could be a real bogey team. Not to get a win, but get a draw. I feel like they could set up enough to get a draw. Burnley, I think that's just
they play City and then Arsenal, but then they have the Conference League final like 3 days after their Arsenal match. I don't think they're going to care. I don't think they're going to be invested.
True,
I think they'll be more invested in City than Arsenal just because the City game comes first. Is where I'm at. So I reckon if Arsenal win this, they've won the league. I think it's done.
Yeah.
I also think if West Ham lose this, they're relegated. I think this decides the title and the relegation. So I think there could be a red card in this match. Never mind the goals, there could be a red card. I hope it's not decided by a referee decision. I hope it's decided by the football. That's all I will say. I hope it's decided by football. Now, let us see what the people say, because we have deliberated. Mohammed reckons 3-0 to Arsenal. Mohammed is feeling confident for Arsenal. JT also reckons 3-1, but has said, well, West Ham are going to be forced to go for it, so they can't sit in and defend. They have to go for it. So he reckons 3-1 because when West Ham go for it, Arsenal will score. Maybe. Lucky reckons 2-1 to Arsenal. Shem reckons 3-1. Rob reckons 2-2. I don't think that's crazy. Streets reckons if Lewis Genius Skelly plays, 2-0 to Arsenal. Palace reckons 3-1 Arsenal. Richie reckons 1-1. So we've had 2 draws. JT says if we can't beat West Ham with the momentum we have, we don't deserve the league. Yeah, West Ham scoring 2 against Arsenal because they're fighting for their survival in the league. Adrenaline is crazy. You never know. Bonkers would like a West Ham 2-1, but having seen the Champions League semi-victory, they might be on a high and destroy them 4-0. So he reckons while he would like West Ham, it's probably going to be for Arsenal. JT says the West Ham will have to go for it. And if they score, it's going to be a sweaty game. That's what I'm hoping for. Just a bit of fun. Let us enjoy it. Dun dun dun. Raimondo has joined us. Welcome to Raimondo, like the name, who says 3-0 Arsenal. Raimondo reckons 3-0 Arsenal. That was, Rest Ham is going up next season. I can't even talk. That was pretty strong in the Arsenal win category. And we had 2 draws, and other than that, it was Arsenal. And there was a lot of 3s. There was 3s. 3-1, 3-0, 3-1, 3-1, 3-0. Yeah, there's a lot of 3s. I'm going to give them a goal because I don't think they're fighting for survival and not scoring at all. But I'll go with the majority. So we'll put 3-1. And that brings us to
Tottenham.
The other half of the relegation decider, because if West Ham lose to Arsenal and Spurs win, Spurs are not getting relegated. But Leeds
it ain't happening.
Are a pain in the bejesus to play. I hate playing Leeds, boy. I hate playing Leeds. And we have a Leeds fan that comes in here. We have a really nice Leeds fan that comes in here. But really and truly, I hate playing Leeds. Leeds bring out the United in me. Actually, to be fair, more than Liverpool, more than Arsenal, more than City, I hate playing Leeds. Not because I hate them. Like, their fans are okay. They're a hard team to play. They're just a really hard team to play. They're so physical, and we're such wimps. So it really annoys me.
It's a tough one because I think Leeds are doing pretty well. And have had a pretty good season, and I don't think they've dropped off too much recently.
No.
And I know Spurs had a good result, but they still look so fragile.
Well, when I said nice things about Spurs last week, you thought I was crazy. I wasn't.
I could see it being a draw. I can't see either team winning though. So I'm going to go. Do I even see more than 1 goal each side? Not really. I'm going to go 1-1.
I have said last week, I told you against Aston Villa, Spurs were going to get something. I told you United were going to beat Liverpool and Spurs were going to beat Aston Villa. I said it, and I was right on both counts, even though it was crazy. I think Leeds beat them. I just don't feel it this week. I'm not feeling the vibe this week. Practically, Spurs have done quite well since De Zerbi's come in. There is a drastic difference.
Yeah.
Leeds aren't fighting for anything. They're not getting relegated and they're not getting Europe. So they're sort of, but
they're sort of just in, let's see how well we can do for the rest of the season. They're not playing for anything really.
Exactly. So like Spurs by rights, technically on paper, should beat them because they're fighting and Leeds aren't. But Leeds are just, they're such an awkward team to play. I reckon Leeds. I reckon Leeds. By how many do I reckon Leeds? 2-1. I keep
Seen a
saying
mixed bag.
1. Yeah, I'm going with 2-1 because once I start reading the comments, I'm going to distract myself and then I get influenced. So I've locked in my 2-1. Palace. I feel like I've influenced Palace. Sorry. After B. What time is the next stream? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock after B. Thank you very much, Rob. 12 o'clock. And normally in the evening, 7 o'clock, we do a 7:30 special on a Friday because Kai joins us and obviously we waffle a little bit. Friday night's a special night. But Shen, I've explained to you, there's no escaping the cult. You're stuck with us forever. You're not allowed to leave. One of us for life. That's the end of it. And Archie. The dog is called Archie. I'm sure he told us Archie. Isn't that right, people? Did Shem tell us the dog was called Archie? He must stay also. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. That's the end of that. You're staying forever. Lucky is saying Leeds United fight for every game. No, so sorry, I should have been more specific. That is my fault, Mohammed. I should have been more specific. Saturdays don't count because there's football all day. So actually, we'll look at those in a little second. Saturdays, I never know because it depends what way the matches fall. So let us go. I know it's in front of me, but because they have it out by an hour, it throws me completely. So tomorrow, the Annie song. Tomorrow, that's a good song. That's Sunday.
Tomorrow.
It's a great song. It's a good song. You sing and I'll check out the timing. So tomorrow,
Only a
Liverpool,
day away.
the early game on a Saturday.
Still 0-0 at Millwall and Hull.
I've just seen that. Who said somebody
JT's just said they hit the post.
Oh, there you. I knew I saw Millwall and I was like, that's
Yeah.
not Dave. Right. So Liverpool, Chelsea, and then you've got we're at 3. Do you know what, guys? I think it's just going to be a bumper late night match reaction tomorrow. Because you've got Liverpool, Chelsea at 12:30. Then you've got Sunderland United at 3. Then you've got City, Brentford at 5:30. There's nowhere in there I can do a stream because I'm going to be watching all of those matches.
Well, you'd have a gap potentially between the Chelsea and the United game, wouldn't you? Because 12:30 probably finish around 2.
See,
so
if it wasn't my team, I would. The thing is, you have to factor in extra time. And there's almost always around 15 minutes of extra time. If it wasn't my team playing at 3, I wouldn't mind and miss the first 10 or 15 minutes of the match. But because it's United, I have to be sat ready.
Have we got a score for the Spurs game yet?
No. Sorry, Flossie, we haven't. Flossie writes them down and puts them in the comments. She wants to go to bed. She's had enough of us. But so guys, tomorrow there won't be an early stream. It will just be an evening stream. So whenever the City Brentford match is over, it will just be one bumper live stream and we'll go through all 3 matches on that live stream tomorrow because Saturday is a weird one because there's so much football on. All of the other days it's 12 o'clock except Saturday. My bad. So let us put Flossie out of her misery and our nonsense. Kai, while you were singing tomorrow, did you count up the results for Spurs?
Yeah, I think it was more Leeds than it was Spurs.
That's quite good.
I've got 2-1 Leeds, 2-1 Tottenham, 2-1 Leeds again, draw, 3-1 Spurs, 2-1. Actually, no, more Spurs. It looks like actually.
Richie has Leeds, but Raymondo has Spurs, and Mohammed has Leeds. Palace
Lucky
has
has Leeds.
Shem has Spurs. There's
Leeds,
another draw.
Spurs, draw, Spurs.
JT has Spurs. Rob has Spurs. It feels like Spurs, you know. Does it?
Leeds. I feel like it's equal on each side because yours obviously is counted into it as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about me. I forgot about me. Guys, you know what to do? Because we waffled for way too long. Well, I say I. Can you please just put in again your Spurs and Leeds scores? Because we're trying to read them between the comments and our maths isn't mathing. So please, if you could just redo your prediction for this match. Mohammed Jerry's with us saying 2-1. Oh, right. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Lucky says 2-2. Right, Kai, are you counting? Lucky says 2-2. JT says 3-2 to Spurs. Mohammed Jerry says 2-1 Leeds. Street says a draw. Mohammed says 2-1 Leeds. Palace believes draw. Raymondo 2-1 Spurs. Rob 2-1 Spurs. We already have Lucky. Palace says draw.
Spurs wins. Yeah. So I think it's 3 draws, 3 Spurs wins, 2 Leeds wins.
And I said Leeds, and you said
a Leeds would win, and I said a draw.
So that's
more
still
draws.
The same. Is that not still the same?
No, because I got 1, 2.
I love
me
that we
3,
can't count
Streets
to 4.
I've got there's 4 draws,
Palace.
and I think it's 3 wins on each side.
Chev said Spurs.
And now Shem's 4 Spurs wins.
Mohammed's rethinking his whole life.
If in doubt, Harold knows the way out, and he always says it's a draw.
Yeah. If we can't decide, it's a draw. That is Harold's pearls of wisdom, and it hasn't failed us yet. So are we going 2-2? Because there was goals. There was a lot of goals. We're going with Streets. We have selected Streets as tribute for this one. Let's hit calculate. Flossie, the score predictions 2-2. I'm sorry we took so long. As if Flossie just be like, would you ever stop waffling? There's Michael Carrick there on the Hulu TV. So let me zoom out. Is that working? Oh. It's still visible there. It's still readable, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So Arsenal would be 5 points ahead still.
Mm-hmm.
We would still be in third. We'd be on 67 points, which is unbelievable. Villa would still be in fourth. Bournemouth would be getting that 6th place European spot, except they wouldn't, because if Villa go ahead of Liverpool, 6th place isn't Champions League anymore.
No, be 5th. Well,
yeah, in the bin.
Nothing. Yeah.
There you guys are in 10th.
No, we're not. Just go past us very, very quickly. Yeah.
Double digits, Kai. Double digits. Newcastle would be better. We had Newcastle predicted as 14th last week, so we've done something. Oh, we've predicted Newcastle to win again. Look at us. And then Spurs would stay out of the relegation zone, and I think that would be that done and dusted. I think they would be out of relegation then. I do. Wolves would still be bottom.
Burnley
still
would
bottom.
Be going.
Yeah.
Not far off, though. They're on 18 points.
Yeah, only 2 points difference if we're right here.
Love them to get above Burnley.
Yes, Villa are currently in 5th. This is if our predictions come true. So what you see here, this table, this is based on if the predictions we have just made happen, this is what the table would look like. So, yeah, guys. We got there. It took us a little while. We took a little detour. But here we are. This is what it would look like if we are correct. Yeah, love the scenic route. What's wrong with it? So, yes. Villa coming 4th would rob 6th place Bournemouth in this scenario. Yeah. There would not be Champions League football for 6th place if this is right. So,
and
all the Bournemouth fans will be praying we're wrong.
I'm trying to think. Because then 6th place would be Europa League.
Yes.
Right? And then when we beat Man City in the FA Cup final and get Europa League football.
Yeah.
Does that then drop down to 7th?
No, I think the only way...
That's it, doesn't it? Then nobody gets it.
If Nottingham Forest won the Conference League and got a Europa League spot, that might knock it down one, because it's the same as what would be happening in basically, if you get a slot by winning the competition,
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is there
does
any way
pick
that
one of
Bournemouth
your
could miss out on
co-efficient
European football
slots.
completely?
Don't think so.
If
Don't
Villa
think
go
so.
up to 4th,
I don't think so, no. Can't
because that'd be
imagine
gutting
so.
for them, especially if they get that high.
Yeah, but I don't think you replace them because I did see this
No.
before. I think it works the same way. The only thing that would change it, if Nottingham Forest finish in the Europa spots and win the Conference League, I think that drops us, but it's an extra one.
Forest out.
It's not an instead.
You mean Palace?
Yes, that's what I'm.
Yeah, Palace. Yeah. So it's
I'm
like Forest
reading
knocked out-
Nottingham
knocked out by
Forest.
Villa. Yeah, that's like
Wrong competition. No, if Palace win, sorry. If Palace win and Palace get Europa,
Yeah,
which is,
it's quite
possible.
a possibility. I mean, they haven't.
I mean, they're not big.
They're favourites because I don't think the side that they're playing is.
Yeah, but are they likely to get Europa football in the league? I don't think so. But we'll see. Crazy things happen.
Yeah.
And yes, Mohammed, you guys should rethink your predictions. You should all want Liverpool to win so they stay above Villa, so they're 5th, and they win the Europa League so teams below get 6th. I don't care about teams below us. That might apply to Kai, not to my team. I don't care. So maybe Kai cares. I don't know.
We
Do you
don't
care?
even deserve Champions League football.
Is that
It'd
enough?
it would be like a complete Chelsea thing to do, to absolutely get Champions League football when we don't deserve it. It would just be that. But I think it's just a bit too far gone. I think the closest we probably would get would be not Champions League, Europa League. To be honest, this season.
And you'd probably be glad of that, even, to be honest with you.
I'd be happy with. I don't want Conference League. That's what I don't want.
Yeah, again.
No, again, yeah, but don't need to be back in
Once
that.
was enough.
Ever
That was
again.
enough.
Yeah, I think if they do get it, I would refuse it. Refuse it.
No, thank you very much.
Just play the under 18s.
Do what we did, 1 game a week. It's worked for us.
Yeah, I think it would be better for us, to be honest.
Yeah.
No.
It did us all right this season. I wouldn't want it again, but it has done us all right this season.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
guys,
I mean,
yeah. You
I was going to throw the Grimsby thing in there, but I won't. It's been a while now.
Kai
I think
has to go,
we've
people.
lost it.
He's leaving. But no, guys, that does bring us to the end of the show. It's getting late. We've been here 2 hours. We've had a wonderful time with the wonderful teacups. Massive shout out to Bruce. Massive shout out to Bruce, who got stuck into those super chats. The teacuppers rule. We feckin' rule. It's going to be 21 watching the live stream, which was phenomenal, and the Carrick Revolution. Also, Mama Flossie, I love these. You have just watched Delulu and Cuckoo Kai live and direct from Teacup Castle. Thank you all for being here, guys. Tomorrow evening, no lunchtime show because I'll be getting ready for the football. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the football. Hope everybody wins, especially my team. Thank you very much to Kai. Do go and subscribe to Kai if you haven't done so already. His match reactions are priceless. Every week I go and I look for your match reaction. I wait till it's up and I look for it because your reactions are fantastic. Go and watch them, people. Thank you for being here. Smash a like if you haven't done so already, because I forgot to remind